It should not take a child being tear gassed by ICE or a white woman being murdered for those to show sympathy for those being forced out of this country. I want more people to realize if you are just now starting to feel discomfort for the idea that you could be affected or your family could be affected. When people say, where were you this many years ago? Like when Asian people were being called the China virus or other Asian people were saying, I'm not Chinese on t-shirts. During the Rise of Black Lives Matter protest, when trans people were saying they're going to go for gay marriage next and y'all said no. All of these issues are rooted in one phrase, white supremacy, and if you disagree, shut up and listen. I'm not having this argument with you. It will benefit only one group. Project 2025 is not an exaggeration. It is a blueprint. Then it leads to this feeling of helplessness and what can I do to help this? I'm young, I can't protest. Or maybe you start crying feeling like you can't do anything. Well, guess what? Your tears are not gonna help a situation, and centering your own feelings when you're not the group being affected right now also doesn't help. One recommendation I have is learning how to have this conversation with people next to you. You're not gonna like this answer, but if you go to church and you know that there are people who are homophobic, or there's people who are racist, or there's people who voted for Trump, you need to have that conversation with them. It is not my job. If the white evangelical Christian believes that ICE is just in what they're doing, and let's say doesn't believe trans people should have rights, why do you think they would listen to me? Very quickly, they're not. The videos you see, this whole community is mainly for us to agree on the same things. And I don't want to go into the void of yelling at the same stuff and my whole audience just saying, I agree, I concur. I'm reiterating your own beliefs, which I'm glad you have. You're not protesting if it's silent. There's no change that happens if you only do it online. But I'm uncomfortable. I'm aware of that. I don't like having these conversations either because I don't surround myself with people who are Trump supporters anymore. But if you know that you sit next to someone when reading off the Bible and they are the ones who vote against you, against your favorite creators, your friends, your family. Your first duty as a citizen is to be knowledgeable about what happens in this country. Your second duty is to be proactive, educate thy neighbor. I'm really tired of people saying I'm a fierce ally. I'm an ally to LGBT people. If we go to a protest, would you be next to me or would you be behind me? Would you be shouting as loud as us or watching the protest online? None of this is an attack, and if you think it is and you're getting defensive, that shows a little bit of fragility, but the point of white privilege is to first acknowledge it and then to use it. The white man in church is more likely to listen to another white person in church or someone who has connections to you. You both are co-workers. This person is in your family. Something that is tied to them where you can relate and have an in-person conversation is 10 times more effective than what this is, because this is already reducing my argument. I'm not saying be the best debater in the world. I'm not saying go to debate club. I do recommend it. 20 years from now, if someone asks you, what did you do during this time? Is your best defense, I tweeted about it, I shared resources, or would it feel better to say, I was able to help someone change their opinion, or I separated myself from people who align with those values because that's not my priority and I don't want to surround myself with those people. You don't have to win the argument, but if you surround yourself with them, those people will continue to vote against marginalized people and they will continue to hold power.